Guys, good evening, good evening. Now remember, when you're popping in, it doesn't show up here first. It takes like a minute, maybe two, like minute and a half, I don't know. Pop it in the like over here so I know you guys are here and we'll get started. Otherwise, then I'm just gonna wait for it. How about that one like earlier, guys? What was that, like an hour and a half ago? Something came out right there. Like, not gonna lie. Like, not gonna lie whatsoever. That was kind of weird. It was almost uncontrollable to a point. Kind of scary, right? Remember, pop it up in the likes if you guys are here, because it doesn't show up at first under the people counter, right? Yeah, I got lucky. I was able to avoid the names that actually mattered in the situation. That was... I've been holding that in for a long time. Holy shit. Talk about release and realign, right? Interesting. Very interesting. Anyways, so we were going to talk about the symbolism of a band tonight, and I was going to use that to show you the same way George Lucas did, the same way Scientology did. It all connects. Like, it all connects, and it oddly sounds the same, doesn't it? Like, names change, but message remains the same, I want to say. Kind of interesting how that happens, right? Man, I'm still shook from that. That was... I did not expect that. Like, since it's just me in here, just me by myself, like, I'm gonna be honest with myself, like, I did not expect that. Like, that just came out of... Dustin, where the hell did that come from? That just came out of left field, dude. Like, gut check time, like, you thought you were done? I guess not. What else is ruminating down in there? We thought we were past this, didn't we? I could have sworn, correct me if I'm wrong, but I could have sworn I thought we were past this. I guess not. Learning moment, I guess we'll say. Who knows, right? But I did everything correctly, right? I followed the steps, put my head down, did the work. So where did that come from? Where did that come from? You know it's not going to work if you don't release everything. Right? You know that. Hold on, let me pull my glasses down. Suddenly people are popping in. Hi, how are you guys doing tonight? It's for 13 years, I'm your only... Cole, obviously you haven't been around in a while. I've been doing this for 13 years. I stopped 8 years ago. I stopped at my peak because my life fell apart when my ex left me and took the kids. I didn't have, and if Perrin was in here, he would stand up and, yeah, I know you're an annoying little shit that always comes in and tries to stir shit up. I know who you are. I stopped doing YouTube. I stopped doing Madden 8 years ago. If Perrin was in here, he would back me up. Dude, fuck off. I stopped because the love of my life, the mother of my children, left me. Now, imagine this. Imagine this, okay? Try to imagine this with your 13-year-old mind, young sir. You have the job you always wanted. You're a step away of being in a position that no one else in your family can compete with. You're a step away. Your boss is so threatened by you. He's trying to fire you every day. Trying to fire you every day. And you have to go home and act like nothing's wrong. Because you got to keep work and life separate. Because your parents never did. And it ruined your home life. So you have to keep it separate for the sake of your children. So you have to take this on every day. This man, this normal human being with you, me, being disabled. And he's threatened by your ability. So he's constantly trying to find ways to screw you over. And you have to deal with this and then go home and be present and accountable in your wife's life and your children's lives. And you have to make them feel like nothing is wrong. To a degree, obviously you see I can still move around, dance, do whatever. But to a degree, I broke my back. I have cracks in my back that expose the nerves. I have cracks in my back that expose the nerves. So on top of the inferno of pain that the cerebral palsy causes me, even though I can make you think I'm normal, when everybody else that has what I have is on a walker, on crutches, or in a wheelchair. That's how special I am. Alright? Now, they're threatened by you. So they're trying at every chance to call you out as a fake. Oh, dude, trust me. Bullying today was nothing compared to the 70s and 80s. Let me tell you. Try being a kid growing up then, and then telling me bullying is bad today. Yeah, again, that's why you're here, because something originally, when you found me, brought you here. I don't want to be, honestly. There's not enough freedom. No, I don't want to be. I would never want to be a kid now. I feel bad for you guys. Like, why do you think everybody gravitates toward me, young sir? Because I present structure. I present accountability. I present a rock. That's why when everything hits the fan, you know what I'm talking about. And everybody's scattering, and I'm standing there like, all right, let's wait for it to be over, and then we're going to take care. Why do you think everybody, like, clings to me? There's structure, there's accountability, there's stability. Regardless of whether you see me as a prick, but then again, I'm disabled and I've been bullied and picked on and beaten up. Trust me, I was bullied at a time when you could break kids' bones and they got away with it. Hi. Like, most of the friends that I have, young sir, are like you. I was the one sticking up for them. Because I'm the disabled kid. I don't give a fuck. I'm always in pain. What's a beating gonna be to me? Does it make you feel better? Okay, my day's gonna keep going on. and it's not gonna change anything. Like, and as you go through this, Cole, you'll find out slowly but surely if you have the right mindset, because it does. It comes down to either an abundant mindset, like they say in spirituality, or a lack mindset, a victim mindset. Either it's somebody else's fault and you're the victim, or fuck you, I'm going to overcome it. Right? That's what it comes down to. And you can see in both sides, because I could have easily made one or two different choices that either allowed me to, or allowed me to be like the Columbine kids, right? That was my generation, by the way, Columbine. I could, the way that I was bullied and the way that I was picked on, and everything that I was forced to go through, and just put a smile on my face, and you guys think that I'm an idiot and that you guys could take advantage of me. Like, I could have easily ended up like that had I made one or two different choices differently. But like I've illustrated, there is no choice in this existence. Everything, no matter what choice you think you're making, young sir, everything is simply an effect of something that caused it before. You are going to end up on this channel because of whatever started ruminating in your mind that you heard from wherever else that made you come in here. And then it makes you keep coming back in here. And the same for every single other one of you. There was something that clicks in your mind that makes you jump in here. No choice. Cause and effect. So, by that standard, you already know. Savages, what's up? Arthur, I'm sorry. I get lost sometimes. What's up? How did I break my back? Oh, yeah. I was getting... Okay, I don't want to get anybody in trouble. No lawsuits, please. I was up on a scaffolding ladder, the kind you use in warehouses. And as I've told you, I've been store manager, area manager, district manager, all that stuff, right? So you can assume what kind of store I was at then, if I'm in a warehouse-sized back room, right? So I was up on the ladder, and I reached in. What's up, Gio? And I reached in to grab. At the time, this is when 60 inches were brand new. Do you guys remember that? It's going pretty good today, actually. Really fucking cold, but it's going pretty good. Do you guys remember when 60 inches were brand new? Like a brand new concept? Do you remember how long ago that was? Yeah, that's how long ago I'm talking about. I go in here, and I reach in to pull it out, because these motherfuckers are deep, right? They're deep. I go in, grab it, palm the outside edge, pull it out, because we had them on those little slide tracks, so I didn't really have to use a second hand. Pulled it out, and then as I was lifting it off the slide track to come down the steps, something that I had done a million times before, and to be honest, I was only 35. It shouldn't have happened to me. Like, something happened. I took a step down, my back literally froze. Like, you could feel, like, if you're inside my body, and like I described, a disabled person has to understand their body better than a normal person, because we were born on hard mode. We were not born on easy mode, right? So you feel like my spine, like my back start vibrating, and I'm like, oh fuck, what's gonna happen? And then all of a sudden, like, waist down, just, I know, right? I'm 43 actually. So my bottom half just completely goes numb, right? Like I drop, um, and I land flat on my back with the TV on top of me, and I'm just laying there. I don't remember a crack. I don't remember impact. I don't remember anything. I just remember laying there after it happened, and then worrying that I'm never gonna walk again. And you guys, now knowing I have cerebral palsy, you guys go look it up how bad it gets. You can understand how a person that has worked out twice a day every day of his life so he can perform like you guys do, because I'm not normal. I'm disabled. I was born disabled. I didn't become disabled. I was born that way. I have to work out twice a day ritually to perform at the level that you guys do. So take that for granted, because you do not understand the amount of torture I put myself through just to show up and live a normal man's life. Like, you'll never understand. Yeah, get out of here. You weren't meant to be here anyways. So I'm laying there, like, and then just suddenly, like, I get feeling back in my lower half, but now, like, every edge of my, every tip, just there's like, remember when you're kids and like you put your tongue on like that 9-volt battery? You guys remember that little zzz it gives you? Suddenly, on top of the burning pain and the everything else that I have to deal with, suddenly it's that zzz, like, all over my body, like, added to what I'm already going through. And then I get to go to the doctor, and he's like, oh no, he did a normal x-ray, and he was like, oh no, looks good to me. And of course I trusted him because he was originally in sports medicine, so he understood the Achilles tendon very well, and he understood what cerebral palsy actually did to the body. And he was like, no, basically that whole nope, looks good to me thing, right? And then so he's like, okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to give you a set of 3 shots of cortisol. Your insurance will cover it. Nothing has to come out of your pocket. I'm like, thank you. I appreciate that. Because I don't know if you guys know in sales, but literally there's only 2 times during the year that we can actually walk around pounding our chest like we have money in our pocket. The rest of the year, if they're boasting like they're doing good, they're bullshitting you. They're bullshitting you. Like, we literally live on those 2 points of the year just to manage the rest of the year, if you do it responsibly. If you want to go out there pounding your chest like you're King Kong and shit, you're going to be living off credit, and you're going to have a hell of a debt within 10 years. Sorry to say. I've done it both ways. Do not go that way. Do not. If you are young enough, do not be responsible. Regardless. I'm not your parent. I'm someone who's fucked up and is telling you I fucked up. And I'm telling you, like, the biggest teacher in life is failure. But this is one failure, even though people tell you where to go, what to do your whole life. This is one failure you do not want to have in life. You do not want to have anything dragging behind you, like credit debt, child support, anything that they can put their hooks in you and never let you go. Do not do that. Be responsible the whole way. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. And this is for nobody else but Cole. Good sir. Don't do it. Don't listen to your friends and go out and fucking live it up, because then you're going to be eating ramen next month because you're not thinking about it now. Alright? Do not do that. Always plan ahead, young sir. I know you're in here on an 18 plus thing and you always give me shit. And sir, I appreciate it. I was the same way. That's why I put up with you. But I'm showing you what you can turn into if you fuck it up. Don't do that. There's a lot of accomplishments that I have been able to get in this life being who I am. But there are a lot of pitfalls that I have gone into. Because a lot of people are going to leave right now because they're going to think I'm tooting my horn. But this is the fucking truth, sir. Because I literally live my life ritualistically to show up this way in life. To be the best. Because how dare a disabled man be the best? When I'm normal, I can flick him and kill him. Yeah, you probably could. You probably could. And I'll still get in your face. And I'll still tell you to fucking do it. That's the type of person I am. It gets you far in life. But it doesn't at the same time. It doesn't. It serves me because of what I went through. And if there's something in there that gives you strength to get through it because you were telling me you were being bullied, then get through it. But if you can get through it, if you're strong enough to get through the attempts and the women taking your children out of your life and telling you you'll never see them again, so you want to go and like pop pills and yourself again, like, don't be me. Take accountability for yourself right now. Like right now. For everything you do. Like I preach, like you make fun of every night. Be the tide. Don't be the fucking boat. Be the tide. Because the tide whatever. Because the tide, dear sir, is what matters. Anybody can be a ship floating on the sea and it's going to come and topple you and crash down. Does anything topple the tide? The tide determines where it sits. Are we going to have a good day? Or are we going to have a great day? The world's falling down around us. That's them. We still got to show up for life. Your wife can leave you and take the kids. You can give up on a dream of literally making Madden content for the rest of your life that makes people laugh and tune in and literally learn something the same way I'm doing right now, but I filter it through the Madden content for children to get you guys started early. In a nicer way, by the way. You're welcome for that. This is the adult course. Literally, that's how everything happened. But then you take that and you throw it out when you lose everything. Because you have built your life to this point. And you have the woman that you are completely in love with. You have the children that you always wanted. You have one that doesn't talk to you. And you have one that is slowly drifting away from you because yeah, I don't want to go to jail for that one. And then look at this. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Somebody that finds himself so insignificant on the inside, he's got to try to bully somebody on the outside. Sir, Did you not just hear my story? I lived through bullying, being a disabled little kid. Uh, the bullied has become the bully. Uh, I suggest you stop because I won't ban you from here. I will literally make you feel so small, you won't want to exist anymore. I can promise you that, good sir. Magic is in words, and I am very, very talented with words. I am very talented. I am very intelligent, and I have 25 years speaking to the public on a 12-hour basis a day. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Your kind is not wanted here. Not. That is magic, ladies and gentlemen. That right there. Cole, like I said, being the tide instead of the ship. Think about it. If you go in with an abundant mindset, if you go in with a conquering mindset, it's okay, Logan. It's okay. I started doing TikTok not that long ago, but that was only because right now I hope she's not watching. That's literally the only way I have to communicate with a couple of my kids. I hope she's not watching. Okay. So I just started taking some of the content that I do on here and I started putting it over on TikTok. So yeah, and a couple of you might be coming over from TikTok because I do have the channel linked over there. Because like I've told all of you, like, I didn't come on here expecting to make any money from this. I'm doing this for my own psychological reasons because I'm a cheap ass and I don't want to pay for psychology, which I've already told you guys is only 10% effective over the entire umbrella of psychology. Imagine that. Like, some of them can be 60% effective, but overall 10%. So if something's only 10% effective, why do you get suggested it 100% of the time, right? And this is also why you guys tuned in today. Like, there's something in what I'm saying that's going to make sense to you in your lives. It's about the synchronicity. Because at some point I stopped doing this for me and I started doing it for me and everybody else, because I'm realizing that everybody's coming through is basically going through the same shit I am. And I'm not the guy that's going to cower and back down. I'm the guy that's going to hit you over the head because I've been bullied enough in life to where it's like I'm tired of it. So I'm just going to bully you back until you stop. But it's why I always say, like, I am the unstoppable force. I am the immovable object. Like, when it comes down to a battle of wills and it's me versus you, it's me every time. I have cerebral palsy. Look at how I live. Like, I have to be forceful with how I do everything, or else I can't show up the way that I do. I'll end up in the wheelchair. I'll end up on those crutches. I don't want that for myself. I made that choice. Technically, I didn't make that choice. Technically, that choice was made for me, that I was going to stand up and do this. But in my own head, when I was a child, I made that choice to stand up and do this. Right? Like, no, you're not going to attack me with a black mindset when I'm just going to pile drive you with an abundant one. Because I've dealt with bullies my whole life. None of you faze me. About nothing that I talk about on here, none of you are going to faze me. Because I expect all of you to not believe me when I tell you how intelligent I am. I expect you not to believe me when I tell you the things that I tell you about your religion. But I've done the work. And if you want to stop, if you want, I appreciate that, DJ. Thank you. Sorry, I get sidetracked by that popped out to me. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm still gonna break through, and I'm still gonna give you the lessons that you need to hear. Because, like I always tell you, I'm not the teacher that you come to that's gonna pat you on the head and send you on your way. If you want that, I can give you a link to Megan's channel. She's a badass, but she'll pat you on the head to where I won't. I'm the guy that's like, you've had your chances, you're not listening. Here, I'm going to drop the book down. Now you're going to listen to me because you need to wake up. You need to be a better person. And that's what I'm slowly realizing is like a lot of the people that roll through here like are like me. They need to wake up. They need to be better people, or they just need some sort of breakthrough on the journey that they're already on, right? So, like I tell everybody that I come through in life, if something that I give you can help you avoid the pitfalls that I've been through, because let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I am that smart to just fuck off and try something for the hell of it, go broke, and then come right back like it's no one's. You don't restart your life 6 times in life to the same level you're at within a year if you're not fucking good at what you do. So much so that people get pissed off and why are you taking a risk? Why are you not? If you know you can recoup, is it really a risk? Oh, blah, 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 blah. But if you know you can recoup, is it really a risk? That's somebody else's lack mindset instead of mine, your own. Remember that the next time you want to take a chance. Remember that. Spirituality gets a lot of things wrong, guys. It gets a lot of things wrong, right? Well, let's start with one. And Megan, if you're in here, nothing against you, baby. You know I love you. You know the unspeakable things I would do to you if you let me. But anytime somebody says, take what resonates and leave the rest, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Because it's taught. It's taught in ancient cultures. If one thing resonates, whether you identify with it or not, the rest of it is for you. The rest of it is for you. It's this lack mindset of not being able to take accountability about the negative shit. Like back in the day, 2,200 years ago, like I tell you guys all the time, we used to go to that shit to find out what was going to go wrong, right? We didn't go to get fluffed up being like, oh, love is on the way, blah, 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 blah. No, because everybody already knew how to live life. It was completely different from how it is now. Like, bizarro world different. Like, you could go back then and be like, what the fuck is going on around here? Skittles! What's going on, my girl? Guys, you be nice to her. You be nice to my girl. No, she's not actually my girl, by the way. I like her. I'm fond of her. So, yeah. It's just, I don't know if you're still in here, Cole, but, it starts and ends with accountability. But you can't, I'm a Satanist. Good. Then you embrace the truth. Just don't go crazy with that whole devil shit, because like I've already told you guys, the devil never existed. So just don't go crazy with it. But the statement of you being a Satanist, good for you. You understand at least a part of the truth. So yeah, Cole, if you're still in here, dude, I hate to be the one to be like a typical 80s dad and be like, tough it out, but some things in life, good sir, are worth experiencing and worth waiting for through all the torture and pain. And being as somebody who tried to, it's worth waiting for. So, whatever you're going through, however bad, it's been all over the place, Skills. It's been all over the damn place tonight. I started earlier, actually. This is my second live now. Me and Cole are kind of going in deep. He's being a good boy tonight. You'd be proud of him. So, just hang in there, buddy. And if you need to, like, I hope that my language because I'm blunt, and I'll tell you how it is. And I'll use a sailor's and trucker's mouth, having a kid combined to do it, which is why people think I'm so ignorant. But then I pop off with weird shit like I do, and then you're like, oh, yeah. I like being unconventional. I like I always tell you guys, I like giving you enough rope to hang yourselves with, right? I give you enough rope to hang yourselves with. That is something, good sir, that you should experiment with. Instead of, because I'm assuming if you're 13 and you're being bullied, you are a people pleaser like I am. So people think that they can walk all over you because you'll just take it. What's up, Savage? Welcome back, my good sir. And if that is true, don't be stupid like me. Don't wait until you're 43 years old and by putting your foot down and finally saying, I've had enough, I'm living for myself finally because I have nothing else left, and it drives everybody else away. Don't be like me. Start it now. Be accountable for yourself. Everything you do wrong, admit that you do wrong. Even if you're the only person there, admit that you do wrong. That way when you hold somebody else accountable, you're honest about it. You're not doing it for some power trip. You're not... Let me tell you something about being a leader. About being a true leader. The leader does not need accolades. That the leader does not search for accolades. The leader only looks to better his people. And it doesn't matter if he has to play the villain to do it, to make you hate him enough to get you to do what you need to do, or to be your best friend, or something in the middle. The leader doesn't care about that. All they care about is making it better for you, no matter how that is done. Do you think that you can be an effective leader if you're constantly having to think about every single person that runs through your life? No. No, good sir, you cannot. You can only be an effective leader by, one, understanding yourself and understanding how to protect yourself. Because being a leader, you have to... What's going on, Trend? Welcome back. You have to assert yourself. And a lot of people are not going to like that. That's why the archetype of the villain exists. We've been all over the place, Savage. We've been all over the place tonight. Well, I'm currently helping Cole. So with the archetype of the leader having to play the villain, you're kind of a shaman in a sense, because you kind of have to play a different role for every single person. You're never going to have the same relationship. Oh yeah, Logan was talking smack. I put him in his place. He said sorry. I said it's okay as long as he said he's sorry. So we're good. As long as you guys learn something. That's all that I care about. Like DJ said, like he came in here to laugh and talk shit, and he's like, oh man, this guy's making sense. Like, that's all I want. Just there's a lot deeper reasons, guys, that I'm doing this, and all of my normies. What's up, guys? What's up? All my normies, my wolf pack right there. They'll tell you, it's just, I'm here to help. At the end of the day, I'm starting to see that whatever I honestly bitch about at the end of the day, there's something in there that all of you attach yourselves to, and you're like, that's going to help. You know, that's what keeps me coming back, right? Like, pat yourselves on the back. I'm not doing this for me. I'm really not doing it for me anymore. I'm showing up because all of you are showing up to hang out with me. And 5 people ain't gonna get me fucking monetized, so you know I don't care about that shit. Like, I thank you. All of you. I appreciate it. It's finding out that you're not alone that actually matters at the end of the day, you know? Oh, I know. I don't know why, but everybody, like, okay. I'm trying to. I mean, if it helps, I'm glad. Like, if it puts a smile on your face and it gets you to tomorrow and you get out of bed and do it all over again. Because every day you get better, ladies and gentlemen. Every day. This, again, I'm repeating myself so much with adding in new information at the same time. But you're not the same person you were yesterday or 10 years ago. Why would I, as a human being, ever expect you to be the same person that you were yesterday today? That's unfair, both to me and to you. Because I'm not the same person I was yesterday. I'm sure as hell not the same person I was a year ago. Like, if I could take a year ago me, granted, you'd probably be like, he's a sexy motherfucker compared to now. It doesn't matter how good I looked. It doesn't. Like, that attitude was still a piece of shit. Like, so you'd still look at me like I'm ugly. I mean, at least now, like, you could say, like, I'm glowing, I have personality back, like, I can still be an asshole, I can still drop the sledgehammer when I need to, but I don't have to be, like, that constant, like, just hammering that shit anymore. Like, if that's what awakening is, it's like, well, I can finally take all the positive pieces, even if people view them as negative. If it was a positive thing for me to get through something, you know, I'm still going to take it, I'm still going to use it, but I mean, if I can take any of that and hand it to you guys, I want it to help. Yeah, that's what I had to realize. It was like, it's nothing that I didn't already know. That's the thing. Exactly, Skittles. It's like, it's just that switch being turned on that focuses your point of view in, like, in that right lane, if you know what I mean. In Mexico, we have a saying, the devil knows more because of his ancient ass rather than due to being the... Yeah. Well, and Trent, I have a similar saying. And it's funny that you say in Mexico. If any of you ever wondered who my favorite Mexican woman... Yeah. That will get my eye to turn every goddamn time. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Right? Yeah, so, but I have a similar saying to that, though. Even Trend, it's like, I remember a few days ago, someone brought up God and do you believe it? Yeah. So, yeah, I have a similar saying to that, which is, hold on, I gotta get straight. Hold on. Can't think if I can't be comfortable. Let me go back down. Hold on. So, I have a similar saying, like, there's no better teacher than failure. Because, and it goes back to, like, what I preach to you guys. We're always taught where to go, what to do, what to think, blah, blah, blah. So, they don't want you to fail in life. Of course they don't, because failure actually teaches you. Failure teaches you the right steps to take. So, like, because I always hate this saying. Probably because my ex always said it. Like, well, if you're gonna do the same thing again and again, it's insanity. Is it really doing the same thing again and again and again? If I'm going back in and I'm shifting and altering those things that I did wrong in the first place, treating life like a fucking video game that I have infinite lives to try on, and then each time I try it, I get a little bit further and I get a little bit. Is that really insanity? No, that's called progress, right? That's called progress. Yes, okay, 1000%. Do you play Fortnite? I used to, only because my kids played, and like I told you about TikTok, I only play Fortnite so I have a way of talking to my kids. That's the only reason I'm on TikTok right now. And it's repetition that necessarily yeah, not necessarily insanity. Exactly. I know what you meant, sweetheart. I know what you meant. I know exactly what you meant. Yeah, so I used to play Fortnite all the time so I could talk to them. Now it's like my little way of being able to communicate with them on there. I hope she's not watching this. I really hope she's not. I really hope she's not. Because then I just sold myself out. Yeah. So, yeah. And that TikTok's funny too. Like, I've only been doing that for a little bit, and I was just like, you know how I told you, like in the old days, like, we had to figure out the algorithm like it was the Wild West in this bitch? Your oldest loves Fortnite? I don't know what it is about that game. I'd have to re-download it, but I'm on PS4. I don't know if it's cross-compatible yet. Yeah. Dude, I'm still the gaming dad, dude. Like you put me and my little brother in any Call of Duty game, and we will fucking speedrun kill everybody until it's just the two of us in like 100 to 1. Like, we literally go, okay, I go left, you go right, boom, and we're gone. And then it's literally the rest of the match is like him versus me. Like, there's a reason why I started doing video games, is my way of trying to teach the younger generation. All those years ago, because like I'm doing right now, like, I don't want you guys making the same pitfalls. It's probably going to take me a while to download it, dude. I'm on a PS4 that's like almost 10 years old, so it's going to take a while to download. But yeah, hold on, let's go back up. Oldest loves yeah. Okay, well, we can always do it later, dude. I have plenty of time off at night. Yeah, you have to. With Fortnite, you have to understand, like, because Fortnite isn't first-person shooter. You can go from first person to third person, but you have to understand the mechanics of like a shooter game. 5 months to 5th. How old are you, Skittles? Because I'm imagining like 35. If your oldest is like 15. Did you guys like Bob being like jumping up, being the center of attention? Like, stop talking to them and pet me. Get back over here, dude. You're all purring. Get over here. You know they like seeing you. Ah, he's being a diva right now. He's being a diva, my little bastet. All right, you go be a diva over there. $35. Okay. Yeah. I'm not always right. I won't say that, but I can usually gauge. Are you good? That's good, because I can get disoriented with Fortnite with that third. I have to stay in first person the whole time, because that third person fucks me up, dude. Let me tell you. Like, the whole swivel mechanic that they put on it, and how you're a 90s baby. I'm an 80s baby, so it's okay. Yeah, it's usually people would say, no, you're a 90s baby. They're like, do you understand how smart I am? Like, I remember all of the 80s. I was born in 82. I remember all of the 80s. All of it. Like, so you can't really say I'm a 90s baby. Like, I remember the 80s. But yeah, I'm supposed to be a 90s kid. I'm supposed to be. You're a 2000s baby? You're like my oldest. You're like my oldest. Yeah. She was an oops. Like, my old, and this is, like, you'll hear me, oh, okay, so you're only a couple years older than Cole. Awesome. So I have impressive minds here in the chat with me. So, like, you'll hear me reference, like, there's only one person in this entire world that, like, I've truly been a piece of shit to, and I truly owe an apology to, and if she wanted to walk up and beat the shit out of me, I would let her. Not her boyfriend. I'd fucking go off on his ass, and I might even kill him. But yeah, like, I would, she's the only person in this world that I've ever done wrong. Only one. Everybody else, sorry, you don't have a claim to fame. Like, I don't care what you say I did. And I've done some pretty despicable things in the name of taking care of my family, let me tell you. When I tell you I was the biggest piece of shit, I mean it. I was the biggest piece of shit. I was never a bad person to other people, but if a situation played out a certain way and I could benefit from it, I would make sure I benefited from it. Shit like that. I know that, but it's about me voicing it and taking accountability for it, and you know the whole process, right? You know the whole process by now. The whole spiritual path is simply just, it's the same thing as everything else. It's the 12-step program to AA. It's to become a better person. So you have to constantly go through this. Like, you can't just do the process once and then it's over. Like, it's ritual. If you want to change your stars, because you guys know I like A Knight's Tale. I like Heath Ledger. He's a really good actor. Bitch fucked him up. That bitch fucked him up bad. And no one can tell me otherwise, because he didn't act like that until he got with her. And a lot of her other boyfriends said that she drove them crazy too. Just saying. But yeah. Or I'm sorry, she was difficult to be around. Right? She was difficult to be around. Go to bed, Savage Dude. I'll see you tomorrow. Alright? Same bat time, same bat channel. It's almost that time anyways. Like, you know, I only go for about an hour. But yeah, like it says in A Knight's Tale, like, a man can change his stars. Right? Yeah. Yeah. But they never tell you, like, what needs to happen in order for you to change your stars, right? They don't tell you the amount of, like, world-altering shit you have to make happen in order for that to even be a possibility. That's a lot of people, though. Yeah, I mean, I don't know you for shit, don't get me wrong, Skittles, but, like, yeah, for what I'm seeing and what I'm vibing with, like, I have a feeling you're not like that. I have a feeling you got the short end of the stick on your end, which is kind of the position I ended up in on my end, and that's probably why you're here, because I'm also finding that out. There's a lot of levels to this onion. There's a lot of layers to this onion, man. There's a lot of layers to this. There are people coming in here spiritually fucked up. There are people coming in here, like, emotionally fucked up. There are people coming in here, like, relationship-wise fucked up. It's just like, okay, here's what I learned. Take it and help. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad he can help. And honestly, I mean it. Thank you. Like, I'm glad to know that I'm not the only person in this world that feels like this. Because trust me, in my entire life, there's a reason I cling to to my children so much. They're literally the only ones I can trust. Like, that's horrible to say. That is horrible. And I'm not even saying like my kids are my friends. I'm not, but they're like literally the only ones I can trust. Like, it just seems like anytime you reach out to anybody else, they're going to use whatever you tell them to either try to stab you in the back or try to shortchange you in some way because they see you as doing better than them. Like, they can never just be genuinely happy for your come up. So it's literally been like my whole life. Like, I felt alone, and then I got my kids. Well, I can't say that. No, I've detailed how I thought my grandfather was the only one that really protected me in this life, and then I lost him and felt alone. And then I had my kids, and suddenly I didn't feel alone anymore. It was like, okay, I have people that I can trust. And this time around, I'm protecting you. So I'm going to make sure nothing happens to you. You know? But, like, those are the pretty sad things that no one wants to admit about life. Like, hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Are you done being a diva? I know, right? Like I said, you guys were all meant to be here for one reason or another. We were all meant to... I'm not questioning it anymore. Like, a year ago, I'd be like, fuck this bullshit. How is this gonna ever fucking relate to me? Like, this is bullshit. You know, I'm living logically. I'm living all through the masculine. I have no... Even though I have, like, on-the-spot intuition that's been, like, hair trigger perfect my whole life, and I shit you not. And I've detailed why. But, like I said, it's just that difference in perception. It's that different point of view that you put yourself in once you go through this process to make yourself a better person. And lo and behold, the overall meaning of... One of the overall meanings of why I started doing this in the first place was... I used that 12-step process to become a better person. Then suddenly, because I'm a master of symbology, holy shit, everything's a 12-step. And I'm not seeing something that I want to be there. It's like, no, this is legit. Like, they literally don't know fucking shit. Like, oh, we gotta do something about this. We gotta do something about this. So, like I said, like, I can bounce through a lot of different topics, baby. I can bounce through a lot of different topics, babe. But, like, there's something in every topic that will hit home for you guys. It might seem erratic. It might seem unconventional. It might seem off the wall. And I can be. But I'm always right. I'm always right. I mean, you don't expect Superman to look like me, but hi. Like, no, I'm not, like, leaping over tall buildings in a single bound, but, like, I'm supposed to be in a goddamn wheelchair my whole life. I'm supposed to be in a goddamn wheelchair my whole life, and I exist as a normal human being. I'm Superman. Not exactly what you expected, huh? Go ahead, baby. Go ahead. Ask. Ask away. It's just us in here, I think. Actually, I'm gonna grab a cigarette. It's been an hour, so... I'm on my schedule. 1 an hour. If I told you how much I originally smoked, holy shit, you'd be worried about me. Like, seriously, you'd probably be worried about me as much as I used to smoke. Is there anything that can mean if you have a dream and it actually happened? Yeah, 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 yeah. 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 That's called premonition, baby. That's called premonition. So, premonition actually comes from a few different sources, sweetheart. Native American. Native American is the main one. You can also have premonition abilities through the Nordic line and the main line, the Middle Eastern line, the Adamu, Yeshua, Jesus line, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Remember how I told you that how I don't know if you were here for this live, but I literally went into how like a power structure as that actually works in our reality. And it's because those abilities were from so long ago and those bloodlines are so diluted. It depends on how diluted your blood is, for one. And then on top of it, because it's so diluted, it depends on how many of those divine bloodlines you have. Because remember, I illustrated there are 7. Wait, let me get this all on the screen. Let me get this all on the... There are 7. Remember that. It always references in every religion, in every belief on earth, in every mythical or legendary lore. Symbology always says the same thing. 7 tribes of man, 7 bloodlines, 7 royal descendants, 7 royal bloodlines, 7 divine bloodlines. Take your pick. Take your pick. So, it takes your main one, which, like I've said, my main one would be the Lancaster. It would be the Rose line, the Druid line, the Celtic line. And then I have the Native American wrapped in there. And then I have the Middle Eastern wrapped in there because of the Rose line. Because remember, that one's attached to Yeshua, so that's attached to the Adamu bloodline as well. Kind of like this. More like that. More like that. But, and then you have the Native American coming in on this one. And then, so it depends on how many you have, which boosts the ability. Like I told you, this is how I know Tyler Henry is fucking bullshit. Because in order to have that level, I'll get to your next one in a second, Skittles. You know I like to get these things out before we stop and reboot and all that stuff. So with the level that like Tyler Henry has, okay, so Italian would be like a cross between like the Middle Eastern and the Nordic, to be honest, with a little bit of the African line as well. You probably found African in your family lineage. So like to have the abilities of like a Tyler Henry, you would literally, with how our blood is so diluted, you would have to have a main line, a higher percentage of direct descendancy than I do in a main line. And because we're so far down the line, you're lucky to find a person like me that's 35%. Lucky. So you would have to have like at least 5 bloodlines with 2 to 3 strong ties, 2 to 3 strong bloodlines of those 5 to be able to even have a hint at the ability that Tyler Henry supposedly has. And that's not even counting on top of the fact that unless you have that royal descent, men can't have those abilities. That is, like I've illustrated, that is a specifically feminine trait, and not feminine as in living through the feminine or your feminine ego or, you know, your feminine half. Like literally genetically only feminines can have that ability. Only the feminine, only women. So the fact that Tyler's like, oh, no, I'm sorry, you're a liar. you're a liar. I mean, I could sit down and pick you apart if I took an afternoon and really studied it, but just based off of what I know about ancient culture, symbology, and legends and lore and myth, you're a liar. There's no way you can be that strong. If I'm not that strong, there's no way you can be. No way. Because the only ones that can show up as more powerful than me are legit fucking shamans. Legit fucking shamans. So, Tyler Henry is a fake. Okay, let's go to this left. And there have been other times, like, when I've been awake and, like, I'll be thinking, yeah. Okay. So, congratulations, sweetheart. Congratulations, my baby girl. You are going through what is called a spiritual awakening. So, spiritual awakenings. Hold on, let me see how much battery I have left. I might have to plug this bitch in. Okay, I have 36%. I don't have to plug it in yet. Okay. So, synchronicities happen when one is about to go through a spiritual awakening. Symbolically, like you've heard me preach about over and over again, is it just means that you've reached that point in your life to where you're ready to grow up, right? You reach that point where you're like, okay, I'm tired of fucking around. It's time that I found out, right? And you take everything that you've learned up until this point, up into this process. Sorry, you gotta deal with my skinny ass. I'm getting hot. You gotta take everything that you've learned up until this point in this process and actually put it to good use. And this is where they illustrate the separation of the path of, like, say, the empath, as also with the narcissist, right? So empathetically, you either grow more open, you stop letting people walk on you, you stop letting people take advantage of you, you stand within your own power, you admit your own wrongdoing so you can reclaim yourself, and really just reclaim your life and the way your life should have gone. It's like, that's, yeah, Skittles, that's why I said, like, I'm here, baby, I'm here, and get rid of the negative. Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing about that they never tell you about the negative energy, baby. Here's the thing that they never tell you about the negative energy, right? You can never get rid of it. It's literally all in how you deal with it, hon. It's all in how, and it's incumbent upon you to deal with it a certain way. And unless a human being, because like I said, everything in this existence illustrates that it's about balance, right? Man is not above woman, woman is not above man. It's about balance. It's supposed to be balanced. It's supposed to be equal. You're not supposed to be worshiping one Father God. You're supposed to be worshiping two. You're supposed to be worshiping a mother and a father. Like, the entirety of existence is displayed to us like this, and we ignore it, right? So you can never really, the horrid truth of it. I am so glad this thing doesn't have, like, smell shit, because me taking off my shoes, oh my god, it would kill you, girl. Dude, don't even get me onto the whole, like, you don't even understand the God you fucking worship. Don't even start with me on that. Dude, I've already illustrated many fucking times. Right? Right, yeah. It's always, they try. Baby. Whenever you're doing good, you're standing in your own strength, you're standing in your own energy, You that bad bitch motherfucker, right? Everybody wants to knock you down because they're thinking to themselves, "Oh, I'm gonna ignore dog. He's looking to get me going when I'm trying to talk to you, baby." So it's all because they don't think of themselves that way. So because they don't think of themselves that way, they're projecting that onto you. So they're automatically saying, ah, nah, I ain't that motherfucker. So this girl stepping up, she trying to show she that motherfucker. Nah, she can't be that motherfucker because I know I'm not that motherfucker. So I gotta nail her down. I gotta put her in her place. You can't let them do that, baby. That remember what I told you. I am no religion, motherfucker. I've literally spent the last 4 months illustrating that every religion is the fucking same, and you're got the goddamn idiots that separate yourselves by worshiping different gods. When every religion says the same damn thing. So, anyways, let me get back to my friend because I'm helping her tonight. Thank you. So, baby. No, you have to. Okay. This is the very first lesson that I had to teach my mom to get her on her path. Dude, I have 173 IQ. Alright? You can never hope to be as smart as I am. Sorry to tell you, and you're probably not going to believe that because you don't believe in yourself that much. But I have physical proof of that. So, here's the thing, babe. Here's the thing, alright? I hope you don't have a boyfriend and he's getting pissed off on me calling you babe. But, here's the thing, sweetheart. You have to stand up to that motherfucker. You have to stand up to that motherfucker. Every single practice, doesn't matter if it's spirituality, doesn't matter if it's psychology, doesn't matter if it's religion, right? No, I took my IQ test at Stanford, you fuck. So, here's the thing, right? It's incumbent upon the empath, Stanford, California, you motherfucker, the Technology Institute. Piece of shit. So here's the thing. And I got to choose between 3 different colleges. How about you? How about you? I chose the party school personally. I wanted to have fun. I've never done crack, you piece of shit. Yeah, exactly. You see what I mean, right? You see what I mean? So, you have to do the same thing, baby. You have to do the same thing. Alright? In order for you to... Hold on. Dude. You can go fuck yourself. Goodbye. You can go fuck yourself. So. Asshole. Anyways. You have to, sweetheart. You really do. So. Just like. Here, I'm getting choked up again. Okay. So, just like I told you, the empath has to confront the narcissist to make the narcissist go away. Right? It's the same thing I do every single night on here. I'm confronting every single person that comes through here. I am challenging their worldview. I am challenging what they know to be true, because what they know to be true is a lie. And it's the same lie that people like me and people like others that are more accredited, but not as smart as me, have been saying for a while. I have a little different spin on it because I come from it from a completely symbological background. Completely symbological. Because you can't read a dead language. You can only interpret it through their symbols. And then you have to equate, you have to learn that symbol on such an intricate basis that you have to be able to see those designs in other culture symbols that come later on to understand a through line. Right? So, they all say the same thing, baby. In order for you to both take power back for yourself, as well as make that problem go away by showing that problem that you have that power. Now, it doesn't mean you gotta get in his face. It doesn't mean you gotta try to cause a fight. I don't know if you're the aggressive type or if you're more the type that's more meek and lets him push you around. If you're the aggressive type, hi, how you doing? But you have to tell him enough. And you have to stand within your power every single time and tell him enough. Once is not going to be enough. It's, remember, ritual, repetition. What did we just talk about? You have to keep showing up. They don't expect you to reach the finish line. But they expect you to reach for it until the day you drop dead. That's the point. That's the point of being a good person. Everybody slips, but are you slipping and falling down a crevice and sitting in that hole? Or did you slip and then get back on and keep going? That's what it's about. So if he is an indignant, abusive, okay. Wait, which one? Which one? You're not being specific. Were you the one that got pushed around, or were you the aggressive one? Because if you're the aggressive one, like, yeah, in public, that's bad, but I'm always the type that if you get mad, I'm just like, babe, save it to the bedroom. You can take it out tonight. Like, because I live my life in pain, so, like, a little pain during sex ain't gonna bother me none. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's hard, babe. It's hard, but you have to. Even in your own subtle way. So he doesn't try to dominate you again. But you gotta stand up for you. You have to find a way to take your own power back. To show him that you don't need him. And that he doesn't have control over you. And only you will know how to do that, unfortunately. But I'm here every night to talk. You know that. All of you know that. Savage, Cole, baby. All of you. Today was kind of interesting, so you got me twice today. A more revved up version the first time, but yeah, I don't think enough is just enough sometimes. I think enough is enough all the time. I don't think it should get to that point. I've seen that point. I've been in that point as a child and a grown man, and no one should ever be in that point. But unfortunately, it happens. Unfortunately, shit always seems to happen. And it's simply because no one lives authentically. And everybody who is unauthentic gets butt hurt like a motherfucker by someone who is. By someone that will get up in your face and tell you how it is and not the way you're telling them. And then you try to push them back and realize, oh shit, I can't push. And then suddenly you try to go crazy because, oh, I got to make this person back down. And then you go crazy and they don't back down. And then it's like, oh shit, what's about to happen? Because no one wants to do that. Everyone is somebody false. Everyone is someone fake. What are we even talking about? Everybody wears a mask. Why do you think the people that don't wear masks are the ones that everybody's scared of? Why? Or they're the ones that everybody says they hate, but they really envy them because they can't be them. I've also found that. I found a lot of that in my life. I found a lot of that. Which is how I was able to basically put together that everybody's like this, because if an entire family of human beings that all have an IQ higher than 160, which means they should all be fucking civilized, right? If you're that smart, you should live civilized. No, they all subscribe to this same bullshit too. All of them. That's how I know it's everybody out there. That's how I know it's everybody. Right? You would think so. But it's not the case. So just say yes or no, alright? And I'll know completely what you're talking about, baby. Did it ever get bad? And you know what I'm talking about. Just yes or no. Oh, it's taking me a while. Okay. Don't go into any more detail. Alright? Don't. Because that's one thing that even at my worst, I would never agree with. And you can ask a few of my female friends, that's something that at my worst, I've broken bones and gone to jail over. Because something you guys don't know about me, where we're going to be even more honest tonight than how I am about what I went through with my mom and my stepdad. Imagine this, the one person I tell you guys in life that actually protected me, my grandfather, my papa. Love that man. Still do. He'll always be here with me. Literally. You guys have no idea. You would never think that the man that would protect me my whole life until he died, that his son was the biggest piece of shit alive. You would never expect that. Never. And yet, I would have to watch this man. Keep in mind, remember how I told you that I basically remember everything? I was 2, almost 3 years old. My middle brother, because there's 3 of us, had just been born. He was a baby. And I remember sitting on the couch, staring into the kitchen. And for anybody that's ever been in the chat and accused me of doing drugs, go fuck yourself. I never would, because I watched this motherfucker do hot rails off our fucking stove and forced my mother to do Hot Rails. And then, would you like to know the unspeakable things I had to watch him do to her after? I bet you don't. You want to sit there and call me a drug addict? Fuck you. I had to watch a real drug addict growing up. I would never be like that. Do you want to know the evil things that that motherfucker did? That his mother would just explain away after he found God? Like it's forgiveness. You abuse children and your wife, and you blame drugs, and now you don't have to take any accountability for yourself because you found God? Because your mommy said so? So yeah, baby, I can imagine. Trust me. I might come off all or ugh. But there's a lot of shit behind these eyes that none of you will ever want to see live and in person. Have you actually... Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Fucking, I'm gonna do it. Have you ever been a child and watched your father, your blood father, your genetic father, your mother, in front of you? Fuck all you. Fuck all you. And I'm still here. I'm still in one piece. You all can have your assumptions about me. You don't know who the fuck I am out there. You would never know shit about me if I didn't openly admit it to you guys. Fuck all of you who ever want to think I'm a drug addict. I hope you feel like shit now knowing that. I hope you genuinely feel like shit now after calling me a drug addict, knowing that about my life now. And these are Christians. These are supposed good people. None of you are good people. You all deserve the void. Let me tell you, it's like I keep telling you, you can earn your way out of hell. I don't know if you know that. You can earn your way out of hell. You stop existing if you have to go to the void. And all of you that want to make assumptions, all of you that want to talk shit to make yourselves feel better, all of you that want to bully because somebody else bullies you, and all you want to do is perpetuate the cycle, the void can fucking have you. You deserve to not exist. You deserve to not be able to come back. Because yes, reincarnation is real. The multiverse is real, but like I've illustrated through science, it's not side by side. It's end over end, you idiots. You come back as the same person again and again and again. That's why you have deja vu. It's spiritual muscle memory, saying that you've done this before. This is how you fucked up. This is how it went well. You fucking idiots. What's up, Wes? Just... Yeah, I didn't mean to get that real. Sorry, baby. But, yeah. Yeah, so anything that you tell me wouldn't surprise me. Oh, I'm doing good. We're getting extremely real tonight, but I'm doing good. So anything you tell me, I wouldn't be surprised. I've basically lived it. I've basically lived. You can make so many different types of movies out of just different situations I've been through in my life, it's fucking weird. It's truly fucking weird. The amount of shit that I've been through, and I can still sit here and exist and show up the way that I do. Not for any of you, but for myself. Like, most people, like, you wanna like make fun of me and be like, oh, you're from a mental. No, bitch, you wish I was from a mental institution. You wish. I'm too smart. And I might seem flighty, but I'll give you enough rope to hang yourself with. And then I'll snap in with some logic and make you go, what the fuck? Yeah, bitch, I'm always watching. I always know what's going on. Just because I'm quiet and I sit back doesn't mean I'm innocent. Doesn't mean I'm aloof. It means I pay attention. I'm smart. I'm calculating. I'm planning. It's your fucking dumbass that wants to think. You're smarter than me. That wants to think. You're better than me. That thinks you're gonna beat me. Think again. Because I play for keeps every time I play. I don't think there's but a symbological handful of you on this earth that can say the same thing. That when the chips are down and death's smiling you in the face, are you smiling back? Or are you crying like a bitch? Because I've already died once. I proved I was walking straight, dropped dead, came back. I smile. You're looking at somebody that wanted to a long time ago, and I'm still here because they won't let me. They made me once, taught me a lesson, sent me down this road. You never expect to just, not even a heart attack, just your heart give out completely. Granted, I did walk like 15 miles that day. No, no, baby, it's not hurtful. I don't know if you can actually see it, but I said that for you. I said that for you. Not everybody's like him. Not everybody's like him. And that's why I said it. Because if you can not only trust yourself, but then extend beyond yourself. Don't do this with everybody. Protect yourself. Love yourself. Remember what I told you. But if you can extend beyond yourself and still find the capacity to care about another human being while you're still going through that, then there's hope for you. You're not lost. And even if it's not me, because I mean, we'll probably never meet, right? But if that can allow you to see that not everybody's the same, that you can still trust the opposite sex, that there is still hope for you in that sense, I want you to have that. Because I can only imagine watching what me and my own went through. I can only imagine from the lesser amount of you know what I'm talking about to the greater amount of you know what I'm talking about. I get it. And you should really never be in that position in the first place. Never, ever, ever, ever. Right? So no, it wasn't you bringing up painful memories. I deliberately said that. So it could give you some kind of peace. On some level. Alright? Hold on. Let me check my... Alright, 29%. Damn, it's going down slow. It only went down 7%. And I just have the mindset of I really do alone and I'm miserable. I'm not alone. My kids do wish I was, you know. Okay. Yeah, no, I get you, baby. I get you. So, the spiritual journey. The spiritual journey. Come on. Let's cuddle up. I'm a cuddler. I'm sorry. So, we're going to cuddle. All right? We're going to cuddle. Me and my ugly face, right? So, the spiritual journey is meant for you to be alone. Because in order to find yourself, in order to graduate, you know, whatever connotation you want to put on it, you really have to be alone to do that kind of work. Because if you're doing a spiritual journey with a significant other, like what I'm imagining your ex is like, you're never going to complete it. It's like me getting divorced and moving in with my brother and having to deal with my parents every day. It's like going into hell to do all the work. And I would not wish that on anyone, baby. I would not wish that on anyone. But yeah, there's always a distraction. Like let's be honest, when Dustin was single, before this whole thing, I'm a whore. Like, you can ask anybody. Like, I've never had a one-night stand. And I've tried to. So, what does that say about me? I've been a whore. I have been. I mean, hey, I'm good at what I do, whatever. But, that was my distraction for a very long time. It was, why do I want to deal with my feelings when I can just go over here and have sex? Why do I want to just go over here and have sex? Why do I want to deal with anything? I can just fuck my life away. I'm single now, right? You gotta... Distractions never go away. You gotta control the distractions. Like now it's like, alright, I will reward myself with sex if I get all this done. And I usually put a whole heaping load on my plate. Which is why my friends with benefits usually complain that I only talk to her or talk to him like every 3 months. It's like, well, I got a lot of shit to do. Like, I'm focusing on myself. So, being alone helps with the distraction, but the distraction's never going to be away. It's going to be a constant test, like a fly in the ear, a gnat in the ointment kind of thing. Because those are the things that you're meant to overcome in order to level up, as they say. You know, as they say. Leveling up. It's all just normal things that if you're raised in a stable environment with logical, empathetic people, we would all know as secondhand nature, but because most of us come from broken people, because the entire generation before us was broken, and so on and so on and so on. Like, it's the blind leading the blind. And if you're lucky, you make it out alive. Like, period. End of story. I think I got too honest again. Damn. I really hope no one ever sees it. They're going to find out a lot about me that they never wanted to know. Yeah, same here. Like I said, I had, I can't really say my great-grandmother. I had my great-grandmother protect me because she was old. Even though she was one badass witch, but, you know. And I don't mean like bitch. I mean like badass. Like, she was a witch. Like a witch. Witch. Yeah. That's why I always tell you, Dustin knows stuff. Like, not even the deepest, occult member or leader would want to fuck with me. Like, but I had the same thing. Like, I had my great-grandmother, I had my grandfather, and then my grandfather died, and everybody just decided to, like, go wild and act like children. Like, we suddenly have no structure, we have no order, like, we don't care. And then, I don't know, just, it was always something, like, even though I knew myself to be, I've known my whole life me to be broken. Like, look at me, I came into this world disabled. How are you ever going to be not broken by something like that? Mom, why am I different than everybody else? Why? Do you think anyone is psychologically strong enough to give a child that kind of answer? Or even an adult that kind of answer? No, they skirt it. They're not honest about it. So yeah, I know all about growing up with, I know all about growing up with broken and normal people. Because I literally had only 2 normal people my whole life. Everybody else is broken. And I literally, imagine this. You're not taught by somebody who has your best interests at heart. You literally learn how to be good at life by watching what not to do from everyone else. I didn't learn because I had a good teacher about how to survive in life. I learned by watching everybody else screw up and then play the victim and be like, oh, I don't want to do it that way. Okay, I'm definitely not doing it that way. No. But did I ever learn how to be a cognitive, whole, responsible, accountable person? No, not until like a year ago. Not until like a year ago. Like, even at my best, because you can say what you want about me as a husband, about me as a boyfriend. Like, I've always shown up, I've always provided, I've always done what I was supposed to do as far as that goes. And it seems like to my detriment, because it seems like you don't want me around the kids because the kids would rather be around me than around you. So, I mean, what does that say too? That's always like a knife in the gut to me. It's like, oh, you can't see your kids. You must be. No, I'm not a piece of shit. Do you want to know what happened? Do you want to know that she left me for somebody else? Do you want to know that she came back to me and lied to me and said that she wanted to be with me again just so I could get her to agree to leave the state with the kids, and then she told me to fuck off? Like, does that really sound like somebody that was a piece of shit? Or does that sound like somebody that got taken advantage of? Like, assumptions are the mother of all fuck up, right? So why do you all assume something about somebody just based off of what they're talking about and what they look like? Instead of being here from minute 1 to minute 1 hour and 44 to know the actual full context of the conversation. But of course not. Because you are a microwave society And you want answers now, and you don't want to do the work to get the answers. That's why you don't appreciate anything in life, because you're all children that were handed things. You never had to work for it. Because if you actually worked for it, you would understand how to appreciate it and take care of it and nourish it. And look at that. Yep, I knew you're all fakes. Bye-bye. Knew you're all fakes. Yeah, exactly. I know, I don't know. I'm vibing with you, so I'm getting kind of real. I probably shouldn't, but I am. and look at us. We're kind of having a little date, just like on a live. That's kind of ironic and pathetic at the same time, don't you think? But going back to what I originally said, babe, before going off on that tangent and everything else. Yeah, it really seems like the spiritual process, the spiritual awakening, if you will, it starts around 35. It really does. And for some reason, it ramps the fuck up. Like, it starts preparing you at 35. That's when you start seeing the synchronicities, the dreams, the, like, oh shit, what the fuck is happening to me? And then at 40, it just fucking balls ass crazy. And then you actually, like, give into the process, and that's another level of crazy. It's like, oh shit. You're like, okay, we're still in reality. Like, somebody asked me to explain a Kundalini awakening to them the other day. And I was like, dude, I've explained a Kundalini awakening so many times in these lives. Like, so many times in these bitches right here. It's ridiculous. Like, a Kundalini awakening isn't like some big moment. It's not. It's subtle increments that level up your consciousness, level up your empathy, everything else. I had dreams like when I was a child too. Yeah. You, my dear, might just be as gifted as I am. Because, that's my mom right there. Like, my mom, her whole life, she dreams something, it comes true. That's why anytime she dreams something negative, she's like, oh shit, I don't want that to happen. It's like, Mom, was it a lucid dream? What does that mean? Did you feel like you were, like, now, in the dream? No. Then don't worry about it. That's all a Kundalini awakening is. It's a lucid dream. And what do all lucid dreams do? Well, they reveal things about yourself, about your inner psyche that you may or may not know. No, okay, so we've all seen Star Wars, right? We've all seen Star Wars. Every Jedi has the ability to tap into the Force, right? But Anakin and Obi-Wan aren't walking around forcefully tapped into the Force the whole time, right? Like, they're not, because there's a level of consciousness that everybody experiences once you hit that. Because what you're doing, what a Kundalini awakening really is it's a vibration. Because, like I always tell you, baby, energy, frequency, and vibration. Manifestation, premonition, deja vu, all of those psychic abilities, like they would say, Like I've been telling you, everybody has the ability to do it. It depends on the bloodlines you have running through your body, how diluted they are, how many you have, yada yada yada. Each bloodline has different abilities, right? We've discussed this. So, what you're actually experiencing is something that is naturally supposed to happen to you. And it was naturally supposed to ramp up throughout your whole life. Had you been born 2,200 years ago, just like the Jedi, you would have been plucked out of your life by 2 years old. You would have been put in a temple. You would have been stuck with the label of oracle or priestess your whole life. And people would come to you and worship you and ask for your advice and what you see and what you can channel for them. That is what people like you would be like back then. Because of the bloodlines that you come from. And it's only... You got to think about it like Star Wars. You really got to think about it like Star Wars. Because if you think about it like Luke, everybody wants to be like, Leia was the badass. Yeah, but Leia wasn't trained. Right? And we don't have a count of Leia's natural abilities like we do Luke's. So we go back to Luke, right? Luke had these natural abilities without being trained. They popped up every once in a while, right? Because he wasn't in the flow of the Force the whole time. No Jedi is really in the flow of the Force the whole time. Everybody, same. Yeah. So, you're not actually in the flow the whole time, right? You come in and out of it. It's when you're trained that you know how to raise yourself up and touch that flow and then bring yourself down. That's the difference. Oh, I went bye-bye for a second. That's the difference between a Jedi and a normal person, right? A normal person just goes along with the flow. Like you, like me. Well, more like you. My grandma's a witch. I have a little shortcut compared to everybody else. You just go along and you notice the synchronicities, you notice the flows, and you notice how things play out. But it's few and far between. You notice it here, you notice it there, but it's never really all there at once, right? To where if somebody's trained, if somebody is initiated in the mystery schools, you're taught how to harness that energy. You're taught how to harness that vibration. You're taught how to harness that frequency and use it for manifestations, premonitions, yada, 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 yada. The difference between a novice, a normal person, and someone who's trained in the Jedi arts, right? This is why I love Star Wars. I can relate everything back to Star Wars to prove it to you guys, because the flow of our reality is literally the Force. It's like the fucking Force. It is. So, oh, you're like me. Oh, you're like me. Don't be scared. So, would you like me to teach you something, baby? Would you like me to teach you something? I'll teach you something. Hold on. Let me light this. Again, never endorsing smoking, but don't take a shaman's tools away from him. Okay, so, let me teach you something. You actually have two states of being. You ready for this? You have two states of being. Now, on a conscious level, what you actively think will only come true when you put yourself in that flow state. Right? On a subconscious level, most of those things that you think about, that you think, you're thinking. What if I told you you're not really thinking them, baby? Because, see, as an empath, and I'm going to explain this in a second, so I know you're going to stay, I'm talking to everybody else, stay with me. As an empath, you're picking up on everybody else's thoughts, everybody else's feelings, everybody else's emotions. Have you ever been this way? And let me know if this resonates. You're walking by, let's just say you went to the store with the kids. The kids are acting good. You don't have a care in the world. You don't have a thought in your head, right? And you just pass by somebody. You're not even paying attention to them. They just pass by. And all of a sudden, you're really angry for no reason. Or you're really anxious for no reason. And you're like, what the fuck just happened? Those aren't your feelings. You just absorbed the way somebody else was feeling because you're sensitive. So, if you're absorbing everybody else's feelings, what makes you think you can't walk by them and absorb their thoughts? So, a lot of the shit, like literally, I want tomorrow, I want you just doing it with your kids, baby. Just doing it with your kids. I want you to go in the other room. I want you to take a breath. I want you to clear that fucking mind of yours. Like, empty that bitch out. And then I want you to walk in that room with the kids. And I want you to pay attention. Truly hone in and pay attention. And we'll talk about this tomorrow night, baby. You know I don't forget. I always layer shit in tonight that we're going to talk about tomorrow anyways. You know that. I want you to pay attention to how quickly your mind floods. And how quickly your mind floods with thoughts that would never, ever be your own. Right? Mine does the same thing. But just remember, go into like a quiet, dark space. That's something that is not going to attack your senses. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Let it out. Truly clear your mind. Lower like everything. Lower ground yourself, as they say. Lower to the ground. Right? And then walk back into that room with your kids, being conscious and discerning. Remember, it's not just all about your intuition. You gotta have logic to go along with it. Walk back into that room and pay attention not just to how quickly your mind fills up, but how quickly they fill up with thoughts that you would never ever think for yourself. Pay attention. Pay attention. Because you're going to find, because a lot of times you'll sit back and think, I'm around my kids all the time. I'm just, they're rubbing off on me like I'm rubbing off. No. It's because you're an empathetic, you're picking up on their subconscious energies, their subconscious thoughts, their subconscious vibrations. Because they're your children. They're the easiest ones to pick up. Because they come from your vibration. They might have their own vibration, but their vibrations, they parallel yours. They run into yours because they're a part of you. Just like their vibrations run into each other because they're a part of each other because they both come from you. So you're going to easily mix their thoughts, their feelings, their everything up with your own. So try to pay attention to that. And after you come to that realization, like I always tell you at the end of every live, love yourself and protect yourself, right? As an empath, it's more important for you, my dear, to protect yourself than anybody else. Because it's not just protecting your own strength and letting somebody else tell you who the fuck you are and who the fuck you aren't. you literally have to shut yourself down mentally so they don't invade your fucking head. Because as soon as you're around somebody, you can pick up on how they're feeling. And you can be like, whoa, I don't like that. Whoa, I don't like that. Or you can be like, hey. Like, you wouldn't expect me to be a whore, right? Look at me. You wouldn't expect it. But you get me around anybody, and I start feeling what you're feeling, there ain't nothing I can't do. There ain't nothing I am the alchemist. When I tell you magic is real and it's all in words and it's all controlling a person's state of mind and their point of view and their emotion, I'm not joking with you. Like, you're only a walking 100% customer service score. If you're able to, and I hate using this low vibrational bullshit, but if you're only able to manipulate people to do exactly what you want to do, exactly when you need them to do it, that's the only way. Because I understand people's emotions. I understand where their heads are at. Because I can feel it and I can hear it. And I'm always 10 steps ahead, at the very least. With all that on top of it, I'm about 1,000,000 steps ahead. So good luck trying to catch up. That's why I'm always zigging when you're zagging. Like, oh, I see what you're doing. I'm going to do this and cut you off in the past. Ha! Magic's real. You just have to understand the rule. It's like, what's up, Wes? It's like if you're a fantasy fan. You have to understand the magic system of the world that you live in before you can do anything with it. And everybody is aware of the magic system that we have in this reality, but no one really knows how to use it. Baby, it's like 11 o'clock over there, isn't it? Aren't you getting tired? Right, you're East Coast, right? So it should be like 11 there. Because it's like 8 here now. I've been doing this for 2 hours. Do you need to go to bed? Because I know you got a 5-month-old. Oh, it's a vet? Do you want to go sleep? And we can pick this up tomorrow? Okay. You be responsible, because you got to think about those kids. I am enjoying our time together, by the way. I am. And same time tomorrow, alright? Like I said, I'm always here. And I kind of like you, so I don't mind hanging out with you. Good. I'm glad. Go to bed then, sweetie. Put a smile on your face. Wake up with a smile on your face. And everybody remember, alright? If you can't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. If you can't protect yourself, if you can't protect anybody else. So you all have a wonderful day or night, wherever you may be. Stay safe, guys. Stay loved. Peace out. I'll see you tomorrow night. Same bad time, same bad channel. Peace out.